Hi everyone, my name is Trisha and welcome back to my channel. And yes, that's me. So yes guys, I'm Trisha and I'm living in Europe. So guys, for today's video, I'm going to tell you about working in the Netherlands. So the question is it really hard to apply a job in the Netherlands, or is it easy to get a job into the Netherlands? And if I get a job, how can I apply for my work permit? And of course, before that, how can I apply for a job in the Netherlands and what the first step I need to do? Okay guys, I will going to answer that in this video. So welcome back again to my channel guys. So another video, another information that you're going to learn in my channel, of course. And I'm going to post it what I have chosen about the new name of my channel because I want to expand and I want to grow not only in Malta but I think in entire Europe, because we are blogging about Europe opportunities, jobs, and ways of living. So I'm going to make about a general name of my channel that covers all the Europe country. So if you want to work in the Netherlands, of course, you need to find an employer, and if you want to live here, you must have a job because in the Netherlands, you have to pay everything and the cost of living here is quite high compared to other EU country, compared to Malta. But when it comes to food and prices are cheaper than in Malta. And of course, also the salary is way higher than Malta. So now guys, you are thinking about working in the Netherlands, but the question is, how can I apply a job into the Netherlands? So first, what you need to do is to find an employer. And how to find an employer? That's the question. So you need to go in internet and search for any job portals available in the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands, guys, everything is online. So I told you in my last video that I use Indeed.com because it's really easy to get a job and employer in Indeed.com. And also you can just search or type in Google about how to apply job in the Netherlands or job available in the Netherlands, and you can see a lot of options in there of employers website, and then you can just send right away your application, and then of course you have to wait if the employer are going to respond to you or not. And now guys, let's say for example that you already have an employer and that you want to start a job. So of course you need to apply first your work permit. And the question is how to apply a work permit in the Netherlands and what are the process in the application of work permit in the Netherlands, especially to those non-EU country. Because why guys? Because non-EU country, actually, they need a work permit. Including myself, actually, we need literally a work permit in order to apply a job and in order to start a work in the Netherlands. Now guys, the hardest part of getting a job in the Netherlands, or I mean the hardest part of starting a job into the Netherlands, is you need to have your work permit. So why and how? The first question is why? Because in the Netherlands, you cannot work without permission. And in the Netherlands, also, most of the employers, they don't give work permit to workers, especially if you are from non-EU country. The question is why like this? Why it's not easy for the employer to give a work permit to non-EU? Because guys, there's a lot of EU citizens and Dutch nationals and also people who have their own permit or people who are exempted from work permit. So who are they? First, of course, the Dutch nationals. Second, the European nationals. And also, third, the people who have exempted into work permit. So how can I be exempted into a work permit? Like this. Example, you are from a refugee country. So if you are an asylum seeker or if you are a refugee in the Netherlands, you can actually work here freely without the need of work permit. Because in the Netherlands, guys, if you get a permit, for example, refugee, it's valid for 5 years, and at the back of your ID card, it says like you are exempted for a work permit and you can work without restriction and you can work freely. So it's written in the back of your ID card. So you can work anywhere, you can work any kind of job freely without restriction. So second, guys, is family visa or family residence permit. Those who hold a family permit in the Netherlands is also valid for 5 years, are free to work and free from restriction, and you can work freely without a need of work permit. And another kind of visa that exempt you from work permit is partner permit, which actually I had. So yes guys, if you have a partner permit, then you are exempted for a work permit and you can work freely in the Netherlands, because at the back of your ID card, it's written there that you are living together as a partner with your spouse or with your boyfriend or with your fiance, and it's also written in there that you are exempted for a work permit and you can work freely into the Netherlands. So guys, that's the permit that I had in the Netherlands. That's why I can work freely and I don't need a work permit to work. So if I found a job and if I want to transfer a job anytime, anywhere, so it's possible, because in my residence permit or in my ID card, it says on the back that I can work freely and I don't need a work permit and I am free from restriction. So as you can see guys, on your screen, so that is like the sample of ID cards, and of course that is my copy of my residence card. So as a proof that here in the Netherlands you cannot work without your own work permit, or at least you are exempted to work, or I mean you are exempted for a work permit. So the question is, how can I use my residence card to other European country in order to work into the Netherlands? So the answer guys is you cannot use your residence card into other European country or from other EU country, let's say for example Malta, Poland, Portugal, Spain, and you want to come here and you can work. No, it's not possible guys. You have to apply for your work permit, or at least you are exempted to work into the Netherlands, or you are exempted for a work permit. So let's say for example you have a valid ID card in other EU country, make sure that this ID card will allow you to work into the Netherlands. So that's the only thing that you can use your ID card, or if not, then you need to apply for a separate work permit for that one. Now guys, in the Netherlands, it's really impossible to get a work permit through employment because it's really difficult, because most of the employers prefer Dutch national, EU national, or people who have their own permits, or people who are exempted from work permit. There are so many jobs and there are so many opportunities in the Netherlands when it comes to employment. Also, the salary is better than Malta. But the only problem I'm seeing in working in the Netherlands is work permit. Unless you are highly skilled worker, unless there is a recognized employer who can willing to sponsor you, and it's really possible. Because in the Netherlands, guys, not all company can sponsor through employment. The only people who can apply for work permit are highly skilled people, plus, of course, only recognized employer. It was recognized by the IND to apply for a work permit in your behalf. So there are many agencies also, like recruitment agency, or I mean contractor, that are recognized by the IND. So if you want to see guys the list of recognized sponsors, just go to ind.nl and just search there about employment, and you will see in the section of recognized sponsor, and you can see there those companies who are allowed or who are eligible for you to sponsor a work permit. On my next video guys, I'm going to explain about more details. I will explain more details about using your residence card from other EU country to move into the Netherlands and to work. So I just give you some clue, but I will going to make a separate video, a very detailed video about this topic, so you will understand better. So yes guys, that's all for today's vlog, and I hope I give you enough information. Again, another knowledge, another important information you need to know when it comes to moving into the Netherlands. So my advice is don't hurry guys when it comes to moving to any other European country, because every EU country has their own rules, and of course they have their own restrictions and many more when it comes to moving here through employment guys. So some other EU country you can just go and apply for work permit because there are some employers who can sponsor you, and there are also some EU countries that you cannot work without a valid permission of work. You can just go by holiday using your ID card but not to work in this country. So yes guys, thank you so much for watching my vlog, and I hope to see you again on my next vlog. So thank you, and see you again next time. Bye!